YouTube. Sign in. Darn. Patch code. Up you. Hey Roman, you don't have the audio at all? Oh yeah, you do. Okay. So, but it's my audio then. So today is Scratch.
Okay.
And I will go through Game Maker Studio.
Okay.
We'll see how that will work. Huh. We'll see how that will do. Good. Okay then. Got it. So where's the rest of the peoples?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's go. My auxiliary, my headphones, audio output, we're all good. So, learning to program using Game Maker Studio 2. Lesson 1. Getting started. Okay. Let's see. Hey, homework for today. Please note, this down is due to the next lesson. Blah blah blah. Some homework. I don't like homework. I don't think anyone likes homework. Period. Student task, topic concepts, etc. Okay. So, today, we will be starting a new topic of a study. We will be introducing to a new piece of software called Game Maker Studio 2. We will start to understand the key concepts with Game Maker Studio 2. We will be using Game Maker Studio 2 to create our own game. Welcome to a brand new topic. In this topic you will be learning how to program. We will be using pieces of software called Game Maker Studio 2 to program in what? You will be programming your own 2D game. By learning how to program, you will become a better computer thinker. Computer thinker. Okay. What is computational thinking? So, any ideas? Anyone? What might it be? Do you know anyone who might be a good computational thinker? Me. I am. Maybe. So, computational thinking is a set of problem-solving skills that allow you to quickly decompose problem down to smaller, simpler components that can be more easily solved, or what we call decomposition. We remove unnecessary details from the problem so it can be more easily defined and understood, which we call it abstraction. And think algorithmic, to create step-by-step solution for problems, which we call algorithmic thinking, although I cannot pronounce it. So, which means we create steps, that easy steps to follow to solve some particular problem. So far so good. So, okay. What is an algorithm? So as I said, anybody know? Anybody hear of them before? You follow, well,
Where
actually,
is everybody?
yeah. Hmm. I don't know. They're definitely not here. They should be. Well, Andrew is at his dad's place. Sawyer, I'm not sure what's going on with Sawyer. So, but he should be here. And I don't have neither of their cell phones, so I cannot really remind him. But knowing Sawyer, he's probably 10 to 15 minutes late. And Andrew, I don't know. Maybe he have computer problems as usual at his dad's place.
Mm.
Let me text him if I could find his number. We'll see. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, what is algorithm? Anybody know what the algorithm is? If you know, post it in the comments. Anybody heard of them before? Probably yes, but you didn't think of them as algorithms because you are using algorithms all the time, like throughout your day, from the moment you open your eyes to the moment you go to bed. You're actually following lots of algorithms in your daily routine. So, again, an algorithm is a set of step-by-step instructions that achieve certain tasks. And as I said, you follow an algorithm every morning to get ready for school or for work or anything. So you wake up, you switch off alarm if you are brazen enough to actually have an alarm. I don't. It will get destroyed in the morning. You go to the toilet. You brush your teeth. You go to the potty. You have breakfast. You well, depends. Somebody brushes teeth before breakfast. Somebody brushes teeth after breakfast. So it's a preference thing. You get dressed and you go to your bedroom and turn on the computer because that's what school is right now. Okay. Other examples of algorithms: a cooking recipe. So if you want to bake some cookies, you need to follow a recipe. And what is a recipe? Recipe is an algorithm that allow you to measure ingredients correctly, put them in the right order, and voila, you have cookies. Or you could just go to the store and buy some. And again, you're just following the more simplified version of the algorithm that tells you, well, you need to drive to the store, go to the shelf, pick up the cookie, go to the cashier, pay the cashier, go back to home, and eat the cookie. So, and the study of algorithm is a key foundation of computer science, basically. The computer science is not really science, so we're not sciencing anything. We're just creating algorithms and developing better algorithms, and we're analyzing a lot of data. They're always looking for faster, quicker, and shorter algorithms to perform a task. That's what we do. Next. Let's see. We're at 10 minutes mark. What is programming? Any idea? Again, if you're good enough, you leave it in the comments. Nah. So, let's see what they think. Yo-Yo Games think what easy it is programming. So, programming is the process of writing algorithms that computer can understand and follow to achieve a task. We will be using GameMaker drag and drop system for this. Okay, well I guess. What is GameMaker Studio? And I'm pretty sure nobody used it before and nobody heard about it before. But you might heard of the games. Oh, yeah, you might heard about games that they make with it, like Undertale, Alien Escape, hmm, and some like Forager, some brawlers, and some text-based games as well. They're actually pretty good. So you could get to yoyogames.com showcase and see it for yourself and download some demos and well, and yes, if you could see like in this corner of the screen, it has a Nintendo logo. Yes, they do publish games with, well, Game Maker Studio built games are published in Nintendo stores on Xbox Live and on PS Network. It's pretty impressive if you're learning how to code and you get a learning class based on actual EDIs that people use to create actual video games and some very popular and awesome games. That's what we get here. That's what we're doing here. Okay, next. What we're going to be programming. And this is a Space Bubble game. Space Bubble. Let me run a demo of Space Bubble. If I could find the Space Bubble. Although I'm not sure where was Space Bubble. Space Bubble, where are you? I'm trying to find you, but I can't. Okay. Um, 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 um. Not here. Not here. Maybe. Maybe. Well, let's see. Where are you? I lost the demo game. Oops. But I was playing it just yesterday. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Steam library and nope. Ubisoft games? Nope. Yep. Maybe. Space bubbles. I found space bubbles. Okay. So. And here it is, a space bubble game. So. Prayer 1. Up, down, right, and enter to gamma ray, people. Press uno. Okay, 1. So, that's actually pretty good for good game to be able to show to someone that you make based on the 8-hour class. No? Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Ma! No! I collected them so nicely. Hey. Bubbles. Oi, bubbles. Bubbles. More bubbles. No bubbles. I got wrecked. No. No. Wow. Lots of bubbles, actually. Extra life. Well, it's like you have pretty much unlimited lives. So, no. Well, we're almost there. You escaped. Okay. Well, pretty much that's a game. That's what we'll be making. Next. Key concept of Game Maker Studio. Getting to know you. I will get to know you, Game Maker Studio. I will. Sprite. What's a sprite? A two-dimensional image or animation that can be applied to an object. Basically, we have sprites in Scratch, we have sprites in pretty much all the EDIs out there that we use to teach programming, except the Minecraft for education. Minecraft is actually 3D. An object is a programmable element within the game. You create instances of the object in the game world which the player can then interact with. You have to assign them a sprite, otherwise they are invisible in the game. Well, that's kind of makes sense. You create pretty much everything is an object, and technically what's Game Maker and Yo-Yo Games guys tell you what we're doing with this. We're doing object-oriented programming in the first place. So we are programming objects and instances of the objects which allow us, for example, to spawn multiple enemies or have multiple
Daddy,
people. Yeah, what do you want?
boat is broken.
Well, then you need to wait until I finish. Okay?
Come with now.
I can't come right now. Ah, kids. Again, a room.
Daddy,
Nah, I'm busy.
we pressed the space one, but it doesn't work.
Well, then you need to wait until I finish. Okay. Ay, kids. Coffee. That's what gets me through the day. Okay, a room. A room is a screen level within your game in which you can place objects and sprites to make your game. Okay. Game Maker key terms. An event. Yes, it's event-driven programming. Because an event is a recognized action that is triggered while the game is running. GameMaker comes with a list of the events that it recognizes. When an event is triggered, you can use it to run an action. An event could be a key being pressed, two objects intersecting or colliding, a timer countdown, or an object instance going outside the room or outside the arbitrary boundary, whatever. So, what is an action? Action is an instruction command that could be used to change the game in some way or shape or form. They are assigned to events and run when the event is triggered. An example of an action could be a changing an object instance sprite, or moving object one way or another, or creating instance of or destroying no object, or an instance of the object, etc. So, for example, the example of event: somebody pulls your finger, it's an event, and you do a farting sound. Well, that's an action. Yes, I did do fart joke. Sorry. Space bubble key items. Now you have played Space Bubble. Well, I played Space Bubble. You watched. What do you think the objects are in a game? Well, leave it in the comments. What do you think the sprites are in the game? Again, leave it in the comments. There is only a few. How many rooms does the game have? Tricky question. What do you think? Leave it in comments. So, what event might be being triggered during the game? So, what do you think events are? Move right, move left, move forward, backwards, shoot, fart. What action might be? being used. Well, what's an action? Some event triggers actions, and it's pretty obvious. Okay, now let's try and start the Game Maker Studio. But now we are at 4:50, so 20 minutes in, which is good. So project-based topics. You will assessed on the game you produce at the end of the topic of work. This is 3 stages of tasks to be completed. The more tasks you achieve, the higher your attainment. So the more points you will get, the more or awesomer prize you will get at the end. So, stage 1. Tutorial tasks. Basic game. Create a room. Create a player object. Create the gamma ray object. Create the bubble object. Add a collision and the level controller. Adding the wrap gate. Tutorial task will teach you how to use Game Maker to program your own game. Okay. So, what else? Stage 2. Extension task. Which basic task, you could just do it. You'll get through the lesson and you advance to next level. But you get only like 1 star or very arbitrary amount of points. Stage 2. Extending the game. Player wrapping around the room. Add 2 more bubbles. Add random direction bubble. Add target bubble. Add chase bubble. I don't know. JP Morgan chase. Add seeker bubble.
I just finished a project on Scratch.
Yep. Okay. So, did you finish all of them?
What? No, I made my own.
Oh, okay. Well, so share the project and I will review it later and let you know.
It's just funny.
Okay. So if it's very funny, you could put it in chat and I will see how it runs.
Well, I have this series going on. It's called Got Talent. My first one is India Got Talent, and then I'll just make China Got Talent.
Okay. Okay then. So, are you posting in chat?
Yeah, I already posted it.
Did you post on...
Yeah, on Scratch.
No, in the fundamentals or give me a link so I could see it.
Okay.
Okay. Scratch. MIT.td. Well, sorry for the going on a tangent. Let's see. Oh.
Okay.
China Got Talent. Okay. Let's see. China Got Talent. Oh.
Hello and welcome to China Got Talent. Today we have a EAJIFGEHAIKFEA HGFJFDBJCRGBF IYOWEFGUOEGFUI ESGFHSDGFAIUF TRGIUWESFGAIL USTGFEAWILUTG
WRUTZ? What's that?
Hello, my name is EAJIFGEHAIKFEA HGFJFDBJCRGBF IYOWEFGUOEGFUI ESGFHSDGFAIUF TRGIUWESFGAIL USTGFEAWILUTG
Today she shall sing.
I don't know which one to make next. There's a lot of countries. And then there's also India Got Talent.
Stop.
It's got 8 views, 4 likes, and stuff like that.
Okay. So it's just text to speech, no moving.
Yeah.
Huh. Could you
But
make?
the India Got Talent one, I actually used my own voice.
Uh-huh. So,
And there's also the poop one, which is actually pretty funny.
So, could you make that girl dance?
I think I can.
Yeah.
You want me to?
So that will be funnier when she actually dances.
Okay.
No?
No, it will be. It will be.
Yeah.
Okay. So, looks. Which costume?
You might want to use a loop there to switch through costumes.
Wait, next costume. Oh, is it next costume?
Well, you could either do switch costume to a specific one, or you could loop through them. So, for example, if you put next costume in a loop, it will loop through her moves. And well, she's kind of exercising though. Well,
Daddy,
yeah.
your package.
My package. What's my package? Where's Andre? And Sawyer? Nope. None of them. Okay, let's see.
What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
What's inside? What's inside? I don't know what's inside. Let's see. What? What's that? What is that? You tell me what is that?
It's your package.
It's my package?
Yeah. What is that?
It-
What?
okay, and whose
Okay.
Oreos is it?
It's yours.
It's mine Oreos?
Yeah, I gave it to you.
You gave it to me? And you told me to do what with Oreos?
Eat it.
Eat the Oreos? Okay.
Okay, she should dance now.
What
Okay.
is this for?
That's a harness.
Harness to wear? To wear?
ハローウェルカムツーチャイナギャットタレント。Today we have a EAJ ハローウェ
No.
She's not?
I don't think it's updated yet.
Oh.
Okay. So,
ハローウェルカムツーチャイナギャットタレント。チャイナギャットタレント。ハローウェルカムツハロー
oh my gosh.
ハローウェルカムツーチャイナギャットタレント。
China get the
Today
talent.
we have a EAJIFGEHAIKFEA HGFJFDBJSERGBF IYOWEFGUOEGFUI ESGFHSDGFAIUF TRGIUWESFGAIL USTGFEAWILUTG
Does she dance?
WTZ. Not
Hello,
yet.
my name is EAJIFGEHAIKFEA HGFJFDBJSERGBF IYOWEFGUOEGFUI ESGFHSDGFAIUF TRGIUWESFGAIL USTGFEAWILUTG
Today she shall sing.
Oh my gosh. That's too fast.
No, I think it's just she got high on those sugar cups, so
Element to it. And you could put like
Oh.
wait 0.2 seconds.
okay, so what I added to the end is start the sound and then forever next costume.
Yep.
And then what do I add?
Well, in the next costume you put wait and you put like 0.1 second. Like inside of the forever loop.
Let me share my screen. Can you let me share my screen?
Sure. Let me allow you to share your screen. Okay. Go ahead. Tangents. We love tangents. Okay, so next costume. Now you put weight block. It's on your the first one under controls. Yep.
Wait, okay.
But instead of the
Where'd I put it?
either doesn't matter. It will get triggered anyhow. Instead of 1 second, you put like 0.1 second.
Okay, what about 0.2?
We'll see. Might be slow. Too slow.
Really?
0.2.
No, I think 0.1.
Yep. That definitely will do it.
Okay. And
But
another good one I have it's funny. It's called poop.
how does
Usually
it
I
called?
got poop.
Coop?
No, poop. P
Poop?
O
P-U-P?
O O P P
Okay.
P. Yeah,
Okay.
the like brown poop monster.
Okay, let's see. Where are you? Well, you have Space Remix.
No, that's not a good one. Just do poop.
Poop. Okay.
Hello, I have question. What am I? What are you and do you like to poo? Yes, I know you do, but did I ask who am I and who are you?
Whoop-de scoop-de poop. Poop-de scoop-de scoop-de whoop.
Okay.
Whoopie-de scoop whoop poop. Poop-de whoop scoop. Poop. Poop.
Okay.
Scoop-de whoop. Whoop-de scoop. Whoop-de scoop poop. Whoopie-de scoop. Scoop-de whoop.
And then when the song ends,
Whoop-de
he
poop.
just starts like dancing. I think, yeah.
Uh-huh.
He just teleports over it. Wait, let me update it. Let me put it for forever. Okay. Now it should be better.
Yep.
And do you like to? The rhymes.
Yep. Oh, wait a second. Let me see. Did you find that poop song somewhere?
Yeah. So I was just watching memes and then I saw that song. So like the next day when me and my mom were in the car going to the doctor. This is like a few months ago. I just start playing that song and she just starts yelling at me. Turn it off.
Ouch.
It's like there's like 30-second like just like this rapper just screaming this the Kanye West. I'm pretty sure that guy.
Nah. Kanye West doesn't have sense of humor, so no. I don't think so. Can you see inside? So it jumps every second to the random position.
Yeah.
So you might want to put a loop here too, because that's kind of loopy thing.
A loop for what? The song as well?
No, after the song, the movement, like jumping into random position, you could put the...
Yeah, I did that. I just did that.
Oh, well, I didn't update it yet then. Okay, where were we? Nah, taking too long. Oh, yeah. Don't you think, like, well, if you're in a loop, all that you need to have here is just wait block and go to random position.
Yeah.
So you don't need, like, other 3 lines of code.
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, Andre is here.
Yep.
You're late? Well, you're late if it's like 10 minutes. When it's half an hour, you pretty much was missing.
Okay.
Uh-huh. We're doing poop. Poop song.
Was that what?
Okay, I posted China Got Talent,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also posted poop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Poop. Here's the poop.
Okay then.
What are you working on?
We're just working on projects.
Project.
Yep.
Minecraft?
Well, no. Minecraft we do on Thursdays.
No.
Okay. So.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
So I will mute myself.
Did you watch it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
You better watch it.
Yes. You better watch it.
Or else.
Oh, do you know where Sawyer is?
Right, should I text him? Or
Well,
Probably the
yeah.
thing.
okay.
One, two, three.
Okay, let's see. Tutorial number 1. No, I said tutorial number 1, not 2. Hey, okay. Tutorial number 1.
What is that music? Oh no! You're watching your videos again.
You could hear it? Okay. I'm lower it down.
Oh, the music though.
Okay, it's nice techno vibe. Cut, copy, paste. It's nice. Wrap. Create instance. You know, I think. Well, if you look at the.
Oh, it's your music.
Yeah.
Mute it.
I can. Like that.
Whoever wrote this song, I'm coming to their address.
I doubt it. It's AI generated, most likely.
Oh, then I'm gonna smash my computer with a hammer.
Yeah. You need to create another AI to fight it. See? Drag and drop. Do you know? The Game Maker Studio seems better and better to me to run the class. Considering all the stuff that you could do.
Who else is taking the class with you?
Looks nice. What was that?
Who else is taking the class with you?
Rare.
My friend Sawyer and another kid named Roman.
Ooh, flaming sword.
They're from school?
I don't know Roman in real life, but I've seen him before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
I don't know.
Code Ninjas, Valencia.
No person stuff at all?
Okay, let's see.
Rolling like curry.
Weird.
What's weird?
Ah, I cannot find the Game Maker Studio.
Okay.
Files. Oh yeah. Tutorial 1. Okay, let's see.
No. No.
Hello and welcome to the first tutorial of the Space Bubbles project, and welcome to GameMaker Studio 2.
Hello, welcome to
Here
this
you have the
tutorial
editor
of
that you've loaded up,
Bubbles
and
that
hopefully
can't
you've loaded
see.
up the starting project. You know you've opened the starting project because
Blah,
over
blah,
on the right hand
blah.
side, if you can see the
Yes,
resource
space
tree,
bubbles.
you'll be able to expand
Bubbles.
the sprites group, and you'll see
Blue
some
bin.
ready-made sprites already
Ready-made
available
sprites?
for you. Now
We have
sprites are
sprites?
essentially small graphics and
Right.
animations that you can
Like
use within your
sprite.
project. What you have
Sprite.
already in your
9.
starting file is lots of different graphics
Right.
for the different bubble types that you are going
Don't
to
like
use
sprite.
in the project. If you
9.
double click on them, it will open them up
No, sprite
into the
2
GameMaker 2
actually.
workspace, and you can open up as many items as you like in this workspace, and it will just keep tiling them on the bottom. Now, once you've got multiple items open, you can hold the middle mouse button and then drag the workspace around to get back to those ones you've opened previously. You can drag up, down, left to right. You
He's
can even
lying
hold the
to you,
control key
Sergey.
and
Don't
roll the
listen
mouse
to
wheel
him.
in and out to zoom in and
I
out
know.
if you want to arrange your
I have
workspace
to.
slightly differently.
Slightly.
No, you
To
don't.
close items, you just click
Don't
on
let him
the
brainwash
cross
you.
icon in the top
nobody
right.
could brainwash me.
You can close individual items,
Ishin
Oh, yeah,
or
Passion.
if you want
you
to
can
close
brainwash
multiple
them at
items, you
first.
can right click on the workspace,
Oh yeah, true.
go to Windows, and then select Close All.
Well,
That will
but
then close everything on the workspace.
I'm willing to take that
Back to the
risk.
resource tree, you can open and close groups of items to make
Hurry!
it easier to view.
Ooh. Yes, prayer.
What you should find is you should have a
Asteroids and
group of
upgrades.
sprites.
Hey, is it you?
What?
Yeah, it is you. The
Is what
toilet
me?
sounds.
The what?
The
Oh.
toilet sounds.
What toilet
I
sounds?
don't know, some toilet sounds.
Andre's taking the toilet.
The sounds of the toilet.
Is Andre in love with the toilet? A close relationship, probably. Are you?
No. Maba.
I am at least with my toilet. I spend more time at it than I do than everywhere else, honestly.
Right.
Which is kind of balling like Bali. Holy this thing.
Let's see. Let's start our project.
Oh, Kylie.
Okay, we'll do bot. Voice show finding. Wow, she's dancing. She's talented.
He's not even dancing. The thing is, it says that she shall sing, and she's not even singing, she's just dancing.
Well, there is a song in the background, so.
I mean, okay.
Did you like it?
Sure, Roman, just sure.
Wow. I take that very offensively.
Why? Why do you take it offensively?
Because you don't like it.
I never said that.
Yes, you did. You just did.
Okay, convert.
8130 above.
Go to documents.
Joe Mama.
So, Roman, what was the other thing you made?
Oh, it's the poop.
Poop.
Which poop?
A poop.
What do you mean? What do you mean, which poop? The P-O-O-O-P-P.
So you just like changed it from before, or like what's the difference?
No.
Improvements.
You never watched it. It's much better now. Just watch it.
Space bubbles.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Much better now, so you should watch it, boys.
Cool.
Oh my Andrews. I have 57 pet Andrews, you know.
Okay. So,
Okay. Okay.
hey, where is it? Where'd he go?
Yeah, Roman, I don't see any difference.
No. Well, the end.
The what?
End.
Watch till the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to
Maybe
go through
you should
the
also
song
have
first?
3 font types
Yes, you
as well
do.
that have already been set up for your small, medium, and large text fonts,
Ooh,
which you are going to use in your project as well.
stop balling like curry.
Okay, so let's get started. What we're going to do in this tutorial is we're actually going to create your room or your level that Space Bubbles is going to take place within, and essentially we're going to assign a background and we're going to have it scroll down the screen, and the room is going to be set up to a certain size. Before we get started, as I said before, you must ensure you are starting with the starting project, which has all of the download sprites available. Okay, if you
Roman, I
haven't
don't
got that
understand. The
loaded,
only
then you
difference
need
is
to
that he
load that up
moves
before
around.
you can carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
he
create our room
teleports.
for the game,
Yay!
just come across and select the rooms group, right
Now
click
watch.
and select create room.
Another one. Watch another
This will
one.
create as a default room, and if you
Oh,
hold the
watch
control key, move the mouse wheel
Oh
back,
my gosh.
India
it
got
will
bombed
zoom out,
again. Just
and you
so
can
you
What?
hold
get.
it in to zoom in, just like before. Hold the middle mouse button to drag it up, down, left, right. Up here you can switch on the grid that is superimposed over the top of the room. That is there to help you position object instances
All my
within the room.
curries.
You can use these buttons as well to zoom in and out if you want. You can reset with the middle mouse button, and you can center the view as well with this button. Okay,
So,
I'm just
Roman?
gonna zoom out a little bit.
Yeah.
In
Come
the
across the
channel,
left-hand side here,
what
you
were
have
the
different
names?
layers that we can
Of what?
put in our
Of
room,
the
which allows us to
contestants.
drag in different
Oh, you
objects and
kinda got
sprites,
talent?
etc. on.
Yeah.
So we are going to
Oh,
select the
that
background
was
layer,
her full name.
and I'm just going to drag this bar up a little bit because we
And
don't
I
need that
copy
many
and
layers
pasted
in
it
our
on
room at the moment,
both
so it just
times
gives us a bit of
that
space
the
here.
thing said it,
And
so it
we're
would
going
be
to, once we've
actually
selected the background layer,
the
come
same
down to where
name.
it says no
So
sprite,
it's also
and we
politically
are going to
accurate.
assign a background, and we're going to set BCK underscore space. And what you'll see is that will then put the background graphic in. Okay. Now at the minute, the background graphic doesn't fit the room properly because we haven't set the width and height of the room correctly. So we're going to come down to the properties in the bottom left, and we're going to select 800 and 960. So that means it's going to be 800 pixels wide, 960 pixels high. Press enter, and the room will resize to the correct proportions for our project. And you can see the background now fits perfectly. We want the background to actually scroll down, so we're going to click vertical tile. So when we move this background graphic down, it's going to tile and repeat from the top. And we're going to change the vertical speed to 1.5.
Okay.
Ooh,
Vertical tile.
evil. Evil.
1.5.
No, it's
Press
1.7.
enter.
No, it's
Now when you
2.21.
click run, it should
21.
load up the room with the correct dimensions, have the background graphic in, and scroll the background graphic down the screen as it does. So that is perfect. Well done. You have created your first room. Close that down, and then click on the right on the cross on the tab to close the room editor down. One last thing before you go is we're going to rename the room so that it has a better name rather than just room 0. So right click on it, select rename, and we're going to say RM underscore level. Now the RM represents the word room, and the underscore is done by shift and the minus key if you haven't used one of those before, and then we're going to say the name of the room, which is our level. We always use prefixes in front of the different elements in our resource or different resources. That way it makes it easy to identify each of the elements within our resource tree and the category and the type of that element. So for example, you'll notice in the sprites category all of the sprite graphics are prefixed with SPR underscore.
I'm gonna go get some water.
The background we've just applied
you don't need
is
to ask.
prefixed with BCK to represent background.
Ask for what?
Ask
for what?
Get some water. FNT to represent fonts. It just makes locating our resources within a resource tree very quick if we use these common prefixes.
You know, I like
so well
Game
done.
Maker
You have
Studio
completed
more and
the
more.
first tutorial.
I do. I really do. So nice. Add to playlist. Tutorial 2. Creating the prayer object.
Hello and welcome to the second tutorial in the Space Bubbles project. In this tutorial we are going to be creating the player object, and it's a simple object that's going to move up, down and left to right within our game room, and we're going to control it using the arrow keys. The first thing to do then is to create this object that we can then edit. So come across to the objects group on the resource tree, right click and select create object. Then come across to the objects window that has opened up, and the first thing to do is to name this object. And again we're going to use a prefix, and we're going to use the prefix of obj_player. So that prefix just means object, so again we can identify the type of element within the resource tree very quickly from just looking at the name, and we can also identify it within our programming very quickly if we're using the prefix. So obj_player, press enter, and that will rename the player. It will rename over in the resource tree as well. Okay, we're going to give this object a graphic, a sprite, so click on the no sprite button, and we're going to go into the player group, and we're going to select SPR_player1. Okay, and then it will immediately add in the player graphic.
Yep.
We are now going to add some programming to our object because we want the object to move left and right, up and down within the room, and we need to program those actions into it. GameMaker uses an events-based programming system, which means that all of the actions are triggered off events that occur within your game. So to add the first event, you need to click on the Add Event button, and we're going to come down to the key down event, and it's going to be the right key. That's what we're going to add.
Okay. So add event, key down, huh? What? Right. Right. How do you move from side to side though? I kind of miss that part. It doesn't move. Third button, okay. That makes sense. No, it doesn't.
So select that. That will then open up the actions editor. So what we're saying with this event is when the right arrow key is pressed down, it will run whatever actions we display or create in this window here. Okay. Just talk you through the window. You can resize it up and down, left, right by dragging the sides of it again, just as before. All of the actions that you can use in your actions window are displayed on the right hand side here. There's an awful lot of actions that you can choose from, which is a good thing. And you can simply just drag these actions in and clip them together when you need them. Okay, and when GameMaker runs this actions list, it will run it from top to bottom. So it will run the first instruction, then the second one, then the third one, and fourth one, etc. Okay. Now, it's very easy to edit these actions.
Yeah, it's like in between the
you can just click and drag them, and GameMaker will sort
like block programming
for you. Okay.
and actual language.
So
it's a nice transition in between.
At the top here,
Okay.
in and out, or you can hold Control and roll.
So it's like a hybrid between an actual coding language and Scratch.
Hey, out.
Around, just like before.
Nice.
Click the middle mouse button to reset the view. So if you want to reset, click the middle one, and that will reset your zoom level. To delete actions, you just click on the crosses.
No respect for like work environment
it may prompt
at
you
all.
and say, do you want to delete it? Just click yes if that occurs. Delete out all of the actions. When you first start GameMaker, you may be a bit daunted by all of the actions on the list, and you may struggle to find the ones that you want. Okay, but there is a really useful search function at the top of the actions list that we can make use of. Now the action that we want is set instance variable, so as you start typing it will immediately...
Okay. Let's start typing. So, no, not in here. No, not in here. In here. The only problem is that it requires you to have a 3-button mouse.
You don't have that?
I do, but majority of people don't.
I have 2 extra buttons on mine.
Yeah, that's a waste.
Start searching for the action block that matches what you're typing. So as you can see here, it's immediately displaying the ones that we want. It says this is the one we want, set instance variable. So I'm going to drag that across into the
Drag across. Set instance.
actions window. Now this action allows us to edit the properties or the built-in variables that come with our object. Okay, every object comes with a set of variables that allow you to manipulate the main properties of it. Okay, and this list will present those main variables to you. Okay, so the main property we want to edit when we press
Andre,
the right
we do
key
need
is
to
the X
try to
coordinate
redo
of the
the
object. Okay, so
Space
we're going to
Invaders
X coordinate, and what
in
we're
Game
going to
Maker
do is
Studio.
we're going to edit it by adding 4 to the value, because when we
Like that way we could actually create different enemies and we could
add value to
actually
the X
create full
coordinate to
Space
move us to the
Invaders
right.
experience.
So I'm just going to add the value
on
4,
it.
and I'm going to tick
Okay.
the relative checkbox. Okay, what that means is by ticking relative, you're saying
But we don't
add
need
4
to run
on
through all the
to the current
tutorials
X
first.
But it can't be like 3D, right?
But don't
Or
set it.
Yeah,
to
it could be 3D. You could use
Okay,
3D
so if I
object if you
unticked
want.
relative,
If you want to
it would
design
set
the
the value of X
3D
coordinate
Space
to 4.
Invader, sure.
If I tick relative, it will
Well, that would
add
be.
4 on to the
I
value.
mean, not just Space Invaders. I'm just like in any 3D game in general. That would be kind of hard.
And move us to the right.
Already.
That is the only action that I'm going to add into that event. So I'm going to close that down.
Yeah, we
Come back.
Actually, wait. How would that be like 3D
What?
Space Invaders? How would that work?
Well, technically it will be 2D, but with 3D objects instead. So you know, like you have side scrollers, like running,
Yeah.
or you have a brawlers. That it's essentially it's just a 2D game, but with 3D objects.
Okay.
So
So it is kind of like Undertale in that aspect because it's meant to be 3D, but you can obviously tell.
well, the Undertale is not 3D. Undertale is like original side scroll. How do you call it? A side scroller. That's what
Side
it is.
scroller, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Undertale is.
Okay.
So that's technically like in a game maker, you could design your own RPG easily. Like you could do like Zelda style games.
Okay.
So he put value 4. I don't know why he put value 4.
Event. So I'm going to close that down. Come back to add event. We're now going to do key down left. So when we press the
Ooh. So you could close it and add another event. Key down left. And recently used. Another 4. I'm just guessing.
the left key down, we are going to run another action. And again, you can see there's a recently used category in your actions list. This is really helpful. And you'll see the first one should be set instant variable. Drag that in. Leave it on the X coordinate. And this time we're going to say -4.
Oh, my bad. It was -4. See? See? That's why we need tutorials.
And I'm going to tick the relative checkbox. This means that we are going to subtract.
But what's really the difference between like Game Maker Studio 2 and like Game Maker Studio 1? Is it just like it looks better? Or?
Well, in Game Maker Studio, you didn't have the drop-down tiles. Like, you didn't have tiles at all. You had to program everything manually with JavaScript. I think they used Lua script, not the JavaScript. So it was cross between Lua and C++ or C# for the Game Maker Studio first, like the first one. So it wasn't as intuitive, let's say.
Okay.
So it wasn't step from like block programming to the actual coding, but it's it's actually a great device to introduce you to object-oriented programming, for example. You could have actual objects, and you could create instances of the objects, like what we had problems with uh, enemies when we tried to do it in Scratch.
Because we'd have to like do it like every single sprite manually.
Yes. So in GameMaker Studio, you don't need to do that. You could just create another instance of the objects with all the properties and all the actions pre-programmed. But you could destroy that instance if it got hit by the missile. And it will destroy only that instance. So it's actually pretty, it's more powerful, and considering that it's like Undertale was made in it, and Stealth Bastards, and like lots of other games that were actually published, it's a great tool for Code Ninja and great tool for you guys to learn, because you could actually make a video.
We're just gonna have to actually get used to it, though.
It's not that hard. That's the thing. Like if you look at the screen, like right now, like in the Events tab, it's pretty self-explanatory. And it has the same color coding as like actually exactly the same color coding for as you have in Scratch.
Okay.
So you have blue for your movements, you have green for your conditionals, and you have red for operators. So and you have all the flow too.
And this will move us to the left.
It's actually pretty good. I'm very impressed.
Again, that's the only action we're going to apply.
So what does that value mean?
For the up and down arrow.
So what does that value mean?
Down.
Like in that tutorial you're watching? Like
Well,
he put -4 value. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's every time you press key down, like arrow up, for example, or arrow right. So every time you press that button,
this time
it will change the
the
Y coordinate by 4.
And remember what we said about
the object Y coordinate.
Okay.
You need to actually subtract value from it. So I'm going to say -4 again.
Easy.
And relative. Close that.
Cool.
Add.
So we'll be practicing this on the next Tuesday, or when?
Down key.
I don't know. On Thursday, if you guys don't want to do Minecraft.
Select the Y coordinate.
Alright.
And we're going to add value, so 4, relative tick box to add it onto the current
Okay then.
coordinate system.
I mean, I was barely really here, but
So
it's
now we've
5:30 now.
programmed it.
Yeah. Well, the thing we could stop by now, and Roman already left without saying goodbye.
Yep.
But, okay. So we could stop here, and we could pick up later on. Actually, we could just run through the first portion of the tutorial, like through first 2 tutorials and stuff on next
Is that
Thursday.
Space Bubbles the first tutorial? Or
No, it's just a space bubble. The first tutorial is creating a room, second tutorial creating a player object. What it's currently doing. And like you keep adding the enemies, and you keep adding the bubbles and different bubbles. Bless you.
Thank you.
Etc.
So do they have backdrops, or is that like it's a sprite itself?
Well, it's everything is a sprite. So any visuals that you have, like in GameMaker or any other like environment, it will be the sprite is a graphic object. Then you assign that graphic or that graphical asset to the object, and with that object you could do whatever you want later.
So what are the rooms exactly?
The room is the environment that you're running it in.
So that would be like the backdrop, or
it's not only the backdrop. It's everything in that space.
so like if you say if like a sprite touches the red on the room or something like that,
Yeah.
then it has to do something.
Well,
when
it's
the
not
arrow
only red. It's not. It's more powerful than Scratch. It could actually. You look for the interaction between objects, not between color, like between object and a color. So you could look for the interaction between your like player object and the boundary of the room,
Okay.
like where the room ends, and you could bounce player back or to do something on that event. Same if it intersects with other object, which we call collision. You could program event based on that collision as well.
So the room is just like a sprite, except
No,
like.
room is where it's a field in which everything happens. So that's technically it's a player's view screen. That's a room.
So what's the difference between a sprite and an object?
Sprite is just an art. Well, that's art asset, a picture, pretty much, or
So you
it's
can't
set
actually
of
program the
pictures.
sprite?
Not really. It's just a set of pictures. Same with in Scratch, you have a set of costumes in a sprite.
So the objects are the actual code?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what Game Maker Studio does, it creates majority of the hard code that Game Maker Studio 2 does. All the code that you were creating manually, or like typing it in Game Maker Studio 1, now you could do it with just blocks. And you could drag and drop all the blocks and all the events, etc. So it's very nice, and especially for new guys, it's much better to understand without getting bogged down into the JavaScript syntax and missing columns, etc. So,
Cool.
yeah. Okay. So, see you on Thursday.
Yep.
Yep.
See you on Thursday.
See you. Bye.
Bye.